Hello and welcome into another stream here on Football Heritage with your host, Stephen Clark. Thanks for everyone who has joined in on the stream here today. We're going to be watching the Chelsea versus Crystal Palace game, Chelsea's opening game of the season. And it's a really exciting time to be a Chelsea fan because under Thomas Tuchel's tutelage, we've looked incredible. Obviously winning the Champions League at the end of last season. Which my boys in the background will be displaying excellently. It's really important to any team who's wanting to harbour title ambitions to win these sort of games. It's Patrick Viera's first game as a manager in the Premier League, so we're going to see a little bit about what he's made of. But at the end of the day, this is a really experienced Chelsea squad, and we should be winning this game. First comment here from Daniel Bentley. Should be an easy game for the European champions. Winky face. Absolutely. You know, my friend there, Daniel, is trying to pile on the pressure on Chelsea, but we won't allow it. We know what needs to be done today, and I think the boys are mature enough to see it through. So we'll be kicking off momentarily. Seeing this, and there we are. We have now officially kicked off. Interesting look to the lineup today. Obviously, there's a few of the Chelsea boys that are still kind of vying for fitness. The likes of Reece James, Ben Chilwell, who you'd expect to start in our best 11s, still aren't quite fit enough to start this game. Unsurprisingly, Mason Mount, who is one of the most fit players in the league, is ready to start this game. So that should be interesting. No worries. Just going to have to put a little pause in the stream here, guys. Sorry. That's super unfortunate timing. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Don't score without me, Chelsea. Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Had some stuff come up at the worst possible time, right at the start of the game. But we are here now, locked in for the Chelsea game, which I'm just super excited for. So my friend Daniel says so far, sloppy play by Chelsea at the moment. Wouldn't know because I've missed the first 10 minutes annoyingly, but here we go. Here's some play by Alonso here, keeping things moving as Chelsea like to do with the ball, consistently moving. A lot of kind of manipulating of possession. Here's Viera, who's kind of drifted out left, as he likes to do as well, and tries to play the ball through to Alonso there, but just overplays it a little bit. Anyone who's watching the stream at the moment, definitely let me know what you've thought about the game thus far. Yeah, the ball has found the Kovacic, who takes the shot, but is drills it just a little bit to the left. Not the ideal situation. Looks like Werner's changed shirts there. Here's Mason Mount with the corner. Usually a reliable set-piece taker. Trevor Chalobah about in the mix today, which is amazing to see. He's played really well towards the beginning of the season. Headed out there by Crystal Palace, who are looking a bit pegged in at the moment. This is a familiar sort of look to a Chelsea game. Chelsea controlling all the possession, unable to score a goal. Not a surprising look. But hopefully the addition of Romelu Lukaku into this side will change things going forward. We have a lot of really talented attacking players, but just at the moment lack to have that player who can consistently put the ball in the goal for us. Free kick from Marcus Alonso. Oh, leaves it for Mason Mount, who goes for the shot. And Guaita has to make a quick save there. Good inventive play there by Mason Mount. Just catching the goalkeeper out. He's not expecting it clearly. Patrick Viera barking some orders here, which is it's a great sight to see for the neutral, I'm assuming, because just great to see these personalities, the likes of Viera, Lampard, this era of past gone generation of great players now get their chance in the dugout. %69% possession for Chelsea so far to Crystal Palace's 31. Yep, as you would expect, Chelsea dominating the ball as of yet. The ball's played through here to Timo Werner. He's made a great run here. Plays it back for Pulisic. Pulisic goes to Alonso, and then out to Pulisic again, and he earns another Chelsea corner. So relentless with the pressure here, but Crystal Palace will be a very well-drilled team. They've got a lot of players with infinite experience at holding back the tides of some of the league's best attacking talent. Anyone in the chat right now, let me know what you think of this game so far, and if what do you think of Chelsea this season? What are your expectations for the club? Trying to get through there. They're trying to force the issue. Yeah, I mean, this definitely isn't Chelsea's best 11 in terms of breaking down teams. I think that Tuchel's been kind of generous to a few players who have maybe got more minutes under the belt in pre-season. Maybe he's cautious as well and wary of the likes of Kai Havertz and N'Golo Kante playing 120 minutes in the Super Cup just a few days ago. And I guess he has a lot of faith that the players he's put out are going to be able to see this game out and to break the deadlock. But definitely it's something to watch to see if we've improved in the goal scoring side of things this season, because it's definitely probably the one main issue that you would say is holding Chelsea back from a serious title challenge. Stoppage in play here. Just got my first glimpse at Mark Gurhey in a Crystal Palace shirt and close up, and that is a bit mixed feelings for a Chelsea fan seeing Mark Gurhey, one of our brightest young defending talents coming up through the academy, being sold to Crystal Palace. Obviously, there is a sort of buyback sort of clause in his contract there, so there is an opportunity to bring him back to the club. Should he prove his worth as a Premier League star? But yeah, a lot of Chelsea fans might have expected him to play the role that perhaps Trevor Chalobah will be given the chance for this season. Regardless, it's great to see Thomas Tuchel showing some faith in Chalobah, because he's a player who's had this sort of hype, but maybe because his most recent loan spell was in Ligue 1 instead of in England, so the attention might have not been so I guess in focus. But he's had a really good pre-season, and he played a great role in the Super Cup victory, and he's well and truly earned his spot, in my opinion, for this starting opening game. Interesting to see that the three at the back is going to stay, by the looks of things, and be the dominant formation choice. Certainly makes me feel like we have some sort of solidity at the back, but at the same time does not help our goal scoring problems. Some silky work from Pulisic there. Chalobah brings out wide to Azpilicueta. Mount crosses it in over Werner's head there. Just unfortunately, it doesn't fall correctly. And here's Kovacic. Alonso. We're just seeing pictures here from the Burnley game against Brighton where they have struck the post. Almost went up 2-0 over there. Brighton not having the best start. Volley attempt there from Kovacic, I think. Looks like Southampton have taken the lead against Everton there, with Armstrong scoring his first goal for Southampton after a pricey move there. So they'll be happy to see that he is affecting the game already. Oh, Everton caught out at the back there really badly. Chelsea moving the ball around again, a little bit sloppily there from Edouard Mendy, who, it has to be said, did not have the best pre-season himself. So be wary of that. Interesting to see a goalkeeper not wearing an undershirt as well, just the short sleeves. Don't think I can ever recall seeing one in the modern game wearing a shirt like that. Yeah, what's anyone who's in the chat here? Your thoughts on the game so far? Any interesting takeaways? Or maybe on the games going on, or the Man United game earlier? Let me know your thoughts on the weekend of football. Viera proving to be a very vocal manager on the sideline here. He's barking instructions at his players. Almost Antonio Conte-esque. It's Jorginho out wide to Azpilicueta, taking up that long position. Here's Mount, flicks it in, falls back to Mount. Chalobah, Azpilicueta again. Mason Mount, twisting and turning, and he'll get a free kick on the edge of the box here, Mason. Really quick feet there from Mason, love to see it. He's got that kind of intuitiveness in and around those tight areas. You really trust him when it comes to those, when he's got three players around him. He just manipulates and pivots with the ball so well. Now Now, this is definitely Marcus Alonso territory with this free kick. We've seen him score a lot of these. Might be just a step out to his left, but he gets a great whip on these kind of free kicks, does Marcus Alonso. So I'd expect him to be the favourite here. Will Guaita be able to get up into that top corner? It's Alonso, and he has scored it, just like I predicted. Marcus Alonso with a great free kick. Guaita didn't even move in the goal. He completely was dumbfounded. Alonso's just so accurate. The way that he strikes the ball from those dead ball free kicks, it's there's almost no player better in that position. I just saw that free kick be given, and you just knew immediately that he was gonna take on the shot, and it was probably going to be a good shot. Excellent. Chelsea have scored their first goal for the season, so let's change that on the scoreboard. And Marcus Alonso has scored it unbelievably. You would not have predicted Marcus Alonso to score our first goal of the season, but there he is, still being useful to this side. Oh, it's a great free kick, and Guaita never had any chance in goal there. The wall, it's perfectly lifted over the wall. It's the perfect distance for Alonso, to be honest. So just like that, Chelsea have broken the deadlock after what had the potential to be a frustrating half for us. Daniel in the comments there, what a free kick. Yep, absolutely right, mate. It was an awesome hit, and he has it in his locker because he must score one of those every single season. Not a player who I expected to be starting today, but definitely a player now that I'm very glad. I'm very glad he started today. There's Mason Mount turning on the ball as he does so well. Perfectly finds Pulisic in space there. Pulisic works himself into a bit of trouble. Gives away a free kick. It's a bit disappointing there from Pulisic because if he had have actually kept his head up there, you could have seen that Alonso was storming down that left-hand side. Not the ideal start to life as a Premier League manager for Patrick Viera, but his side will learn from those kind of mistakes. Antonio Rudiger cutting out a aerial ball there. What a revival he had, Antonio Rudiger, in the second half of the 2020-2021 season. Got right back in the favour in Chelsea under his German compatriot Thomas Tuchel, and became one of Chelsea's best performers towards the tail end of the season, and definitely has improved a lot as a player. He's always a player that I've actually really liked. I know a lot of the Chelsea fan base was quite torn on him. I did think that he had the potential to be a really good defender, potentially even world class on his day. But it did seem like his time at Chelsea was running its course. Now he has revived it. As Chelsea draw another foul, Kouyaté is not happy about that one. But he can have no complaints really because he's tripped up Pulisic from behind, and you can't do that. It's almost the mirror image of the last free kick, but on the opposite side now. So we'll have to see. This is probably Mason Mount crossing in territory, but Alonso stands there with him. Half an hour gone, and Chelsea definitely having the better of things so far. Mount's cross. Falls and Chalobah doesn't get to it. Goes in out for a throw-in. Another for Alonso. Danian jokes. Mate, if he scored a goal from there, I'd have to sign him to a life contract, I think. I actually met Marcus Alonso when he came to Perth, Australia, where I live, and when Chelsea were under Sarri, and it was really good. So I got his signature and on a photo of me holding the Champions League trophy from my visit to London, and then he became a Champions League winner in his own right at Chelsea, unbelievably. Zaha giving away a free kick there. Looks like we've bumped up 2 more subscribers in recent minutes. So thank you so much to everyone who has decided to subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a really exciting journey. I've only just begun, and I'm going to have a lot of great content coming up, hopefully. So thank you so much to everyone who has believed in this channel from its infancy, and it's going to be a great ride. We have 3 viewers in the chat right now, so introduce yourself to the chat if you're new here, guys. Let me know your name and who you support, and let's start a conversation. How do you think the game's gone so far? Did you like Marcus Alonso's free kick? I certainly did. Another free kick here. And there's another one that's in Alonso territory, but also this reminds me of the Mason Mount free kick that he scored against Wolves. He goes for it, Mason Mount, but hits the wall. Chalobah gets ahead. There's Jorginho. Ooh, headed away. Chalobah again. It's bobbling a bit just outside the box here. Really good work there from Palace to just kind of draw the ball away. Looks like anyone could give away a foul at any second here, but no. Play continues. Advances Chelsea. Here's Azpilicueta, and they've created another chance. Surely for Pulisic here. Just a bit behind him there from Mount, unfortunately. Pulisic maybe should have drifted more centrally, and he might have had a better luck. But he was anticipating the pass a little bit earlier, and I have to say, yeah, Mount probably should have got there a bit earlier. Thanks for everyone watching the stream at the moment. I can see there's a few. yeah, it's pretty much I'd take any win today. I think that this isn't the type of team that we're going to see a whole bunch this season. I think we're going to see a lot more of the likes of Reece James, Ben Chilwell on the wings. We're going to see obviously Lukaku, and here's a shot of Wolves from the Wolves game, and Adama Traore has missed a one-on-one opportunity there. Wow, what a miss from Adama Traore in the Leicester versus Wolves game. Great opportunity to give Wolves the lead. That's what they criticise about Adama Traore. They say he doesn't have that technical ability maybe to match, or at least the technical ability in the final third to match what he brings to every other aspect of his game that would make him truly, truly elite. Palace driving the ball forward here. Here's Mark Gurhey, who has followed his run through. Trevor Chalobah, and it's Jorginho picking up the ball in a great position, turning, allowing Mount to run through for Timo Werner, who's run himself just a little bit into the corner here, unfortunately, but there was some really good running there from Timo Werner. He made a really good run. Unfortunately, the Crystal Palace defenders were canny enough to see he was trying to split them down the middle. Chelsea now just slowing things down a little bit, trying to maintain possession, work those Crystal Palace defenders around the pitch, drag them out of position, as is the customary tactic. Great to see fans back at Stamford Bridge. It looks more or less full, which is a great thing to see. I'm sure the Chelsea fans in London have really missed seeing the team up live. I know that match-going experience is a real part of a lot of people's way to experience the game. And it certainly helps out the team to have a lot of really passionate Chelsea supporters there egging them on. Some of us have to do it from the comfort of our chairs at home. Great ball from Christensen there out to Mount, who's taken up a spot on the right wing. And can he get across? And he has. Timo Werner, and it falls there, and it's in. And I think it is Christian Pulisic. It is Christian Pulisic who scored the goal. That's excellent. So Mount crosses the ball in. I think Werner was the one who got a little touch, and Guaita sent it back out, saving Werner's shot, and it fell straight to Pulisic, who kind of reaction shots it into the crossbar and down in for a goal. 2-0 for Chelsea. Great goal. And we're looking really good now in full flight, and I think that this will have completely disrupted Viera's game plan. And it's awesome to see Christian Pulisic. He always scores against Crystal Palace for some reason. I don't know what it is. He just has their number, I guess. But it's great to see him score a goal because, yeah, he's just real good anticipation from Pulisic there. He didn't have the best goal scoring season last year, but we saw from the year before that he does have the ability to do so, and he does have the ability to affect the scoreboard constantly and in great numbers. So that'll do his confidence a world of good. And looks like we've just got some footage here of the Leicester Wolves game, and Jamie Vardy has started his campaign off with a goal. Great cross in there from Pereira, I think, and a first-time finish from Jamie Vardy. Oh, that's a great finish outside of the foot, and he just kind of glanced it with the outside of his foot. Great finish. And Jamie Vardy is back in the goal-scoring form. Bit interesting to see how they work. Jamie Vardy and Patson Daka together there at Leicester this season. I certainly expect them to have a good season as well, as I let everyone know in my season predictor. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. See where your team is going to end up this season according to my knowledge. Whatever you may think of that. And it looks like Watford here are absolutely steamrolling Aston Villa here. They've gone 2-0 up. Ismail Assar has scored, and a lot of people's favourites for being a surprise package this season have started to crumble on the opening day here. Wow, could not have seen Aston Villa losing to Watford on the opening day, but looking likely now at 2-0. Daniel says, slow start, but that's it. Yeah, it was a slow start from Chelsea today, but their goal has given them a lot of confidence. Here's a great ball from Jorginho to Alonso on the wing. Sends it across, and Werner, tried the first time finish. Almost got it there. And it looks like Timo Werner's luck is continuing to elude him in front of goal. But great encouraging signs. He was in a really good position there. And it was smart work by Alonso just to kind of drill this into the right area. He cuts it back ever so slightly, and which Werner anticipates well. And he just tries to side foot it, but just hits the side netting there. So approaching half time, excellent start for Chelsea. I just got to change the scoreboard here. It's 2-0 now. Zaha complaining to the referee. Surprise, surprise. No, I do rate Wilfried Zaha as a player. Probably stayed at Palace a little bit too long though. If he wanted to progress his career to Champions League level, might not happen for him now. Here's Jorginho, finds Werner, who cuts it across, and Alonso was waiting, but it was just cleared just before arriving at his feet. Great work from Werner there inside the box. Mount and Azpilicueta exchanging passes here. Great touch from Werner there. Oh, just set himself up. throw in here. TV. Thomas Blake writing says Stan Collymore did nothing wrong. Now, this is a bit of an inside joke, but Thomas Blake knows very well what Stan Collymore did, and he knows that it was very wrong. Great to see you in the chat though, Tomo. And it's officially gone to half time now. Chelsea are 2-0 up at the break against Crystal Palace. It's been an interesting game so far. Not a lot of clear-cut chances, but when the chances did arrive, Chelsea took them and have looked good value for a 2-0 lead at half time. Now let's see what we're dealing with in the chat here. Any viewers got any questions at the moment? We're sitting on 45 views for the stream at the moment, so thanks for everyone who's tuned in so far. Definitely, if you are around and want to have a chat about the football going on at the moment, let's chat it out. Send me a message. Let me know who you support. Some of the other games have been pretty interesting. I've kept a close eye on them. So have a look at some of the scores at halftime across the Premier League. There's probably the surprise of the day so far is Watford leading 2-0 to Aston Villa. A lot of people, like I mentioned, expected Aston Villa to have a great season. Thomas Blake seems to be trolling in the comments. Might have to get my admins to remove him. Release the admins. Emmanuel Dennis and Ismail Assar scoring the goals for Watford. There we go. Seems the admins have done their job and have retracted the messages of Thomas Blake. Leicester leading, Southampton leading, and Burnley leading as well. Probably all except Leicester, I would say, are surprise leaders at halftime. So I have to see if that stays that way. Tommy, how's your day going, mate? Let me know in the comments. They're just showing a replay of the Alonso goal, and yeah, it really is a thing when you give Alonso a free kick in that position. He is deadly. It's like a penalty for the guy. He just always scores from those sort of positions. Great strike, and I guess exemplifies one of the many uses that he still has for the club. One of the main reasons why I think a player like Emerson, who's probably a better all-round player, has found it really hard to displace him as the backup left back, because he just offers that unique goal scoring ability. I often joke that if he was a striker, he'd probably have a better Chelsea career, to be honest, because the way that he actually strikes the ball is almost second to none. Really, it's quite incredible. He's got an incredible technique when it comes to striking the ball. Pretty dreadful at everything else in the game, unfortunately. Uh, 50 plays on the video, so thank you everyone who has tuned in so far today for as little or as long as possible. It's been super helpful. It's been a great day for growing for the channel. Gained another few subscribers today, which has been really great. And slowly but steadily releasing more and more content. And as the days go on, I'm just going to keep on putting the content out there. And yeah, hopefully we'll reap the rewards in terms of viewers and subscribers eventually. Down the long and winding road of the YouTube algorithm. Romelu Lukaku tweeting out, "Good luck to the boys. Come on, Chelsea." Love to see it. You honestly want to see how Rom's going to be for you guys this time. Yeah, Daniel, absolutely, man. I think I went through yesterday and kind of broke down some stats. I'll go through them again now. This kind of show, I guess, why Lukaku is a really good choice for us. Where are my little stat sheets here from yesterday's video? Yeah, so based on Lukaku's season last year, he scored 24 goals and he got 10 assists. So obviously those are pretty elite numbers just straight off the bat. But it's actually the underlying stats underneath that which are pretty interesting as well. So he had 88 passes leading to a shot, meaning that he was essentially a part of the play, not just in the goals in the final phase, but he was also the one, kind of picking out the plays to set someone else up for a shot. Only 10 of those resulting in an assist, meaning that, there's another 78 of those that he's creating per season that hopefully in a slightly better attacking team are going to be able to finish even more. So potential for his assist numbers to even go up from there. He has an XG of 0.62 goals per game, meaning that he's going to score in every other game, which is great. If he doesn't score in one game, likely he'll score in the next. So shot creating actions, 3.55 per game, which is in the top 90% of players across Europe's top 5 leagues. And 1,175 touches, which is compared to Erling Haaland's 762 touches last season. So it shows that Lukaku is actually getting involved in the play a whole lot, actually about touching the ball about another 400 times as much, and not 400, 400 times more than Erling Haaland, which is insane. And 7.27 attacking touches in the attacking opposition's box, which is probably the best stat of the lot in my opinion, because that's like Jack Grealish level of touching the ball in the opposition's box. It means that he's positioning himself well enough to receive the ball in the box, and then having the technical ability to pivot inside the box and either get a shot away or make a pass. And 7 times in a game is quite elite. So great to see those kind of stats. I think that he's just going to complement this attack really well. The likes of Ziyech, Mason Mount, Pulisic, Kai Havertz are all going to really enjoy making chances for him and being on the end of receiving passes from him as well. So yeah, really excited to see how Lukaku goes for us this time round. Second half is pretty imminent now. Just waiting on the players to take up their positions. They're back out on the pitch. No halftime changes from Chelsea. I wouldn't be surprised though if we see something change for Palace, because they're in a pretty dire situation now. Either they kind of start going into damage control, or they bring on a game changer. It's really encouraging to see Chelsea get that second goal, because it so often is the thorn on our side. We score a goal and get ourselves ahead, and then sort of never end up scoring that second goal. So it's definitely a massive relief off our shoulders, I think, to get that second goal so early into the game. Really leaves Palace in a precarious position, where they have to decide between going for damage control or if they bring on a game changer and sort of throw the kitchen sink at it and try and get themselves back into the game. You'd imagine Viera in his debut doesn't want to get pumped by 3 or 4 goals, but also likely doesn't want to be seen to be sitting back. So it's a tough decision for him. And we're underway for the second half now officially. Interesting pass there from Mendy again, just trying to thread something, but it doesn't quite come off. Ball floated in by Riedewald. And it runs out for a Chelsea goal kick. Yeah, they're going to need something really fast here, Palace, if they do want to bring themselves back into the game. And I've just seen some highlights here from the Everton-Southampton game. Everton are back on level terms, and Richarlison has scored the goal. Looks like the Southampton defender just let the ball completely go over his head and just let him take the shot. It might actually be Simeu. But yeah, no, Everton back on level terms. And looks like another free kick for Chelsea. Let's have a look at what the position is here, because as we saw in the first half, Marcus Alonso is in the mood. Chips the ball over, and the volley from Marcus Alonso. It was a great strike just before as well. Like I say, just nobody strikes the ball like him. Now, interesting to see if Mason crosses this one in, or if Alonso goes for the shot. Alonso looks a bit far out maybe for a shot, but you'd always back Alonso here. And they haven't really set up the wall to defend this either. There's only 2 men on the wall here. Alonso could definitely hit this over. It is Alonso. He goes again. Oh, he just doesn't get the dip this time. But like I said, I don't blame him for taking the shot on there, because Palace only had 2 defenders in that wall, and it looked like Guaita left a lot of space open to Alonso again. Free kick given away by Christensen. And this will allow Palace to kind of regroup. And we're seeing some shots here of Christian Benteke warming up on the bench. Would be a likely option to bring on for Palace. He is a goal scorer at times when he wants to be. And is probably one of the only players you could suspect Palace bringing on to change the game in this situation. He does always weirdly score against Chelsea. He has got a good record against us, Benteke. Don't know what it is, but we tend to let him score on us. Trevor Chalobah working quick feet there, not looking a step out of place here. The young Chelsea debutant. Applying pressure again there, Chalobah. Making Crystal Palace really have to work for it here. Every pass is being chased down. It's great. Rudiger wins the aerial duel. Here's Alonso. Tries to play it to Pulisic, but it's cut out. Ball tried to be threaded through there to Viera. He just cut out by the Palace defence here. But the Chelsea players are playing with a real slickness about them here, and some real good technical ability on display. Able to maintain the ball even in tight areas. Here's Azpilicueta tries to find Alonso. Kovacic, Jorginho there, and Rudiger here is going to pick out Chalobah, who has room to move up. He finds Mason Mount. He's back to Jorginho, Chalobah, Mount, Azpilicueta, Chalobah. Quick passing movements here. Great combinations, but what will it unlock? Great carry there from Kovacic. He's brought down for a free kick. The Palace players clearly getting a bit tired of chasing down shadows. Not able to get the ball back. A third goal would really kill it here for Chelsea. That's kind of what we should be aiming for. Oh, Alonso wins the header, but Pulisic couldn't anticipate it. Palace trying to play out from the back here now with some possession, as you would expect maybe to become the custom under Patrick Viera. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think Viera will play attacking football? It's hard to tell off this display. They haven't really had the ball whatsoever, which you wouldn't imagine is the targeted idea. And here's a chance here for Palace. Rudiger is able to make a really smart block. And then Christensen does well in the follow-up to send it out for a corner. But that was the first real chance this half for Crystal Palace. And Rudiger is lauding up the applause from his fellow teammates there, because that was a super dangerous situation. And it was Zaha on the ball there with the chance, and it was the outside leg there of Rudiger. Really good work. Corner here for Crystal Palace. What can they conjure? They've got tall players in their team. It's deep. It's headed. They've won the first corner. They've won the first header, and it's volleyed over by Jeffrey Schlupp. But it was a decent opportunity there. And it's taking 10 minutes for them to conjure something of serious note. And that looks like Joachim Andersen coming on there for Crystal Palace. Interesting to bring on a defender. But maybe what they need to be settled. Will we see the pairing of Guehi and Andersen today that most Palace fans think will be the preferred defensive partnership for the rest of the season? And it looks like Benteke is also coming on. So a double change for Palace in the 54th minute. So Viera's seen enough from some to know that he needs to make a change now. Maybe that chance was the last straw. Gave him the incentive to push these players on. His Chalobah does really well to run past his man here and gain some ground. Makes space for Jorginho to pick up the ball. Interesting with Trevor Chalobah. If he continues to play like this, there might be a conversation about whether or not we need to sign Jules Koundé. It's certainly early doors to be talking about those sort of things, I guess. But these conversations will be had within the club. Jules Koundé will cost a lot of money. Trevor Chalobah will cost us nothing. Whether or not they think he's ready to be thrust into first team football at the highest level, we'll have to wait and see. And now there's changes being made for Palace. Joachim Andersen and Christian Benteke coming on. Marteta coming off. And Jeffrey Schlupp coming off for Anderson. So we will see that back two of Guehi and Anderson. Unless they're planning on moving to a back three with Chiarte in there as well. We'll have to wait and see how it shapes up. Throw on from Alonso here. Jorginho. Good run here from Pulisic. Makes space for Alonso. Tries to make the cross. But it is blocked. You got to like what you're seeing here from this Chelsea side today, because it's might not be our best attacking play. It's definitely we're coming in with some confidence, and at certain times our passing play is looking a lot more inspired than it has at the start of seasons previous. Here's Chalobah again, picking up the ball in a great position. He might take the shot on here. He has. And he scored a goal! Oh my god, what a goal for Trevor Chalobah in his debut. Oh my fucking god. I've just sworn, I can't believe it. Oh my god, what a goal from Trevor Chalobah. He laps up the absolute applause on his debut. I am so happy for this kid. This kid, Trevor Chalobah, has not been rated by a lot of Chelsea fans here, and he's been coming, and Thomas Tuchel's given him his chance, and boy has he taken it. What a strike. And he absolutely cannot believe it. The look on his face right now is priceless. Wow. What a moment for Trevor Chalobah. I'm absolutely mind blown. Let's see this. We got to see this go on in replay here. What a strike. There was so much space for him. Nobody closed him down. He just drills it hard and low, and it goes in off the post. Guaita can't get anywhere near it. Oh, what a moment. What a moment for Trevor Chalobah. I was just talking about whether or not he will have a long-term future in the squad, and whether or not we need to buy Jules Koundé. I mean, that goal will go a long way towards convincing people that Trevor Chalobah could have a long-term future here. Wow. Wow. Best moment of the weekend. What a moment. I'm still not sure if you can tell anyone watching, but I'm quite mind blown right now. I saw that just unfolding before my eyes, and I saw the space open. I saw the glint in his eye when he went to line up the shot. Oh, so happy for that kid. And now that is the third goal. And it should be game over now. But Crystal Palace will see this as a throw the kitchen sink at it moment, you would suspect. It's play on here. And the Chelsea players didn't quite know if it was play on. They gave the ball away. Just soaking up a bit of Chelsea Twitter just at the second, while the game has a bit of a natural lull as the acclaim for Trevor Chalobah comes in. Wow. I have to change the score. I was so in shock from that goal that I forgot to change the score to 3-0 Chelsea. It's unbelievable. That goal did really remind me of the Tomori goal. And I hope it's not a similar story for young Trevor Chalobah because we've made that mistake before, and I think that if you look at Tomori, that will turn out to be a big mistake. I think he'll go and have an excellent career elsewhere. With Trevor Chalobah, the signs are all there now that this is a serious talent we have in our hands. Corner goes in for Palace, but unable to convert. Let's come back, and a great save from Mendy, actually. It was a header heading towards the top corner from Ayew, and Mendy just watches it all the way and safely collects it. Great to know that Mendy is still on his toes, even in a game where we're 3-0 up and seemingly not many chances are made for Palace. Kovacic has done well to win the ball there, keep the Chelsea attack moving forward. Alonso plays it across, and Guaita collects. "60 people have tuned into the stream so far today, so thank you for those who have tuned in at any moment during the stream. I really appreciate it, and if you do enjoy the content, remember to hit subscribe because there's a lot more coming, and the channel is only going to grow from here. Pulisic just sent the ball the wrong way there for the pass for Timo Werner. Great interception though by Rudiger, wins the ball back and sets us on our way again. Excellent. A great start to the season for Chelsea so far. Should this result hold? Chalobah with an excellent ball there. Finds Werner onside, who tries to... He's kind of maybe caught in between minds of having a shot and setting up a pass, but just didn't quite work out. It was a great ball from Shalva because he definitely was onside looking at this replay. Yeah, and maybe Werner thought there was a teammate coming, but there wasn't. And Reece James is warming up and ready to come on now. Says Azpilicueta passes the captain's armband to Jorginho, and Reece James will get his first taste of Premier League football this season. Great stuff from the skipper, and you'd expect to see a lot of interchange between these two guys down the right-hand side this season. Excellent performers, and two humble, great guys. Two European champions. Really excited to see what Reece can bring this season as well. I think he had 100 crosses last season. Only got 3 assists in the league. I think we should see that stat change with the introduction of Romelu Lukaku and his excellent positioning inside the box. Here is Reece James straight off the bat. Back to Kovacic. Jorginho swings it out wide to Mount. Alonso. Jorginho. And yep, Chelsea just working the ball again. Dragging that Palace defence from left to right. And Chalobah has gone on a run there. That he ran past a few different players there. And he just had some serious momentum. And here's shots there, but Mount can't get the shot to go past the defenders. It's blocked. Here is Chalobah again. He's just an all-action kind of player in today's game. He's picked up the ball in some great positions, and he's looked like a ball carrier, which is interesting because that's exactly what we're going to need in that kind of right and left-hand positions. Antonio Rudiger does it really well at times. It just progressively carries the ball 2 or 3 times a game. Great pass here, and now Timo Werner is onside. Can he find Alonso? He can't. It's blocked and goes out for a corner. Bit of a disappointing attacking action there. But great to see the Chelsea fans clapping Werner on again. He seems to get a lot of support from this crowd. Just great to see them not turn on him. Because we do know what Timo Werner can bring to this team. You know, we all know about his goal scoring woes, but he does offer the team a lot in terms of breaking the lines, and got a lot of assists last season. Corner comes in. Ball in again. Doesn't quite reach all the way over. And comes out wide again, and Chelsea can reset for another attacking phase. Jorginho dictating when it's going to come. Here's Alonso. Finds Mount. Mount tries something a bit Hollywood. Doesn't quite come off. Jorginho. Turning, pivoting. Finding the option. Alonso finds Mount again. Cuts it back here for Kovacic, who's wandered a bit out of position. Chalobah to James. James to Jorginho. And Chalobah just plays a little safe there, just sends the ball back. Oh my God, we've just seen another goal in the Watford game, 3-0. And it's an excellent curled goal. Wow, Aston Villa completely capitulating here on the opening day. I haven't actually seen whether or not a lot of their new signings have started at Aston Villa, but if they have, this will be a real wake-up call, considering the high praise they received going into the season by none other than myself as well. Ings, Young, Buendia, El Ghazi, Nakamba, McGinn, Target, Mings, Konsa, Cash, Martinez. So yeah, a couple of their new signings have started. No Leon Bailey, though, who I actually picked out as my favourite of the lot of the signings. So interesting to see if he gets a run out in what's looking to be a bit of a smashing. But getting another highlight here from that game, and they've struck right back. There's a great first-time finish there by John McGinn. So 3-1. Could there be a great comeback coming? Not sure, but wow, what a goal that is. First-time finish, inside of the foot, edge of the box, bouncing up as well, and it just flies into the top corner. One of those kind of dream connections. And Christensen does well to cut out a threading pass there from Crystal Palace. Looked really composed. Love to see this kind of the progression in Christensen's career. I think that he's at times been questioned by sections of the Chelsea faithful. But I think towards the back end of last season, we saw that he was relied on a lot by Thomas Tuchel. And that that he can be world class. He was in the Champions League final, made a couple of crucial interceptions and blocks. I think he's well and truly earned his chance. It'll be interesting to see how much he plays compared to Thiago Silva this season, and whether or not this is the season that Christensen takes over completely. James does so well there. Finds himself his Pulisic working his man, and he tries a little near post shot, but it just doesn't work out. Yeah, some of the decision making just in the final third just hasn't been the best today. We've worked ourselves into good positions, and just at the last crucial moment, a shot when we should have passed when we should have shot, sort of thing. It's making kind of a similar repetitive mistakes, which is a bit annoying to see, but it takes these sort of things for players sometimes to to discover what the right action is in a moment. Jorginho working wide here. Reece James. Now Crystal Palace have won the ball back here in the middle of midfield. Rita Wild tries to find Zaho, who finds Benteke. Daniel, if you're still there in the comments, what did you make of Trevor Chalobah's third goal for Chelsea? Or anyone who might be watching. Highlight here from the Burnley and Brighton game. It looks like Brighton have equalised, and it's Neil Maupay. The cross has come in hard and low, and Maupay is the first one to arrive and slides in to reap the rewards. And another player that I predicted to have a good season, so there you go. Let's see, we'll have to have a cheeky look at the XG for Brighton after that game. See if they deserved a bit more. As was the ongoing joke of last season. Here's Reece James. Oh, he just threads a great cross through, but the defence, I think it was clear by Joachim Andersen just before it arrives on the foot of Timo Werner there. Really just doesn't like to fall for Timo Werner, does it? And the second goal for Everton. Looks like Ducore has scored the goal to send them into the lead. A great finish on the volley. We've seen some excellent goals today across the games. And now Everton under Rafa Benitez lead against Southampton. He's just spinning and spinning, and then he picks the shot out of his feet and just bangs it into the top right corner. Got a good strike on him, Decore. "14 minutes to go in the Chelsea game, and it's looking like it's going to potentially peter out, but Crystal Palace threatening still for some consolation. Zaha trying to move things quickly. Yeah, well, what can we learn about Crystal Palace here today? It's interesting because they didn't start Anderson, who you'd expect to start usually. So there were 2 goals down when he came on, and the third goal was a bit of a freak goal, so you can't really put it on him. So we still get to learn about how he'll be in a Palace shirt. Still to see Michael Elise come into the side, Conor Gallagher, all players who I predict will really affect this starting lineup when it's all said and done. Patrick Viera will, if not, he definitely won't accept this. This hasn't been a good performance by any standard by his team, but maybe he can take some learnings from it. Maybe he can use it as motivation for the rest of the season. A bit of a starting bottom point, and only somewhere to work up from there. Or maybe it'll capitulate. We're still to find out about Patrick Vieira. Let me know what you guys think. Free kick here for Palace, going deep. Chelsea not quite picking up their men, but Rudiger does well. Still bobbling around. Alonso. And there's a free kick as Trevor Chalobah has collected a knock on the back of the head. We're getting another highlight here from the Brighton and Burnley game. And it is 2-1 to Burnley. they have turned it around here. And it is Alexis McAllister, I believe, another player who I predicted to have a good season at Brighton. So, great for him. And another one from the Everton game as well. What have we got? Crossed in, and a third goal for Everton. Now it has fallen apart for Southampton as Dominic Calvert-Lewin has scored. Just a little tap in, but it will essentially see off Southampton now, you'd expect. Back at the Chelsea game, we've seen Christian Pulisic come off to some applause after scoring his goal. He was replaced by Kai Havertz, who is also getting the great adulation from the fans after scoring the famous goal in Portugal against Manchester City to win Chelsea their second Champions League title. An instant Chelsea legend is Kai Havertz, and yet still a decade of football to come. Here's Chalobah, plays it to Viera, who's threaded it through for Reece James, who hesitates at taking the first time cross as there was a lot of defenders back. There's Mount and Havertz combining to James. And here's Havertz in a great position. He lays it across, but just cut out like the last second by the defender. Otherwise, that was rolling into the path of Mason Mount. And it's great to see Kai Havertz get it amongst the attack straight away and create something. Great timing of the pass by Jorginho as well to set it all in motion. Good win there from Kai Havertz, and he's running forward now, and he releases Timo Werner excellently. And what can Timo Werner do now? Can he pick out a teammate in the middle? He goes wide. He tries to cut it back. It just doesn't work. Here's Alonso now picking up the ball. Kovacic, Havertz. Havertz is drifting everywhere. Love to see it. Giving a bit of a free roll by the looks of things today. Chelsea players now all looking maybe to get their name on the scoreboard. Is there one more goal left in this game for Chelsea, which would cap off an excellent performance? What's already been a great night for the club. Great way to start off the season with some confidence, and we're heading into the Arsenal game. And excellent to see Emerson here as the third substitute. He'll get a run out in replacement for Alonso, you'd imagine, and he deserves that after performing really well in the latter stage of the Euro 2020 for Italy, and obviously picking up the title alongside Chelsea teammate Jorginho. Yep, and it is Alonso who makes way for Emerson. Alonso, who scored an excellent free kick to open the scoring for the Chelsea game, for this game, and for the Chelsea season. Showing replay of it now. Great finish. Great finish. Would have been the best goal of the game had it not been for that man, Trevor Chalobah. And Chelsea will ride out the final 5 minutes here with Emerson Palmieri stationed at left wing back. And I remember against Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals, he had an instant impact as a substitute, essentially playing as a right winger that night, and he scored a great first-time finish to bring Chelsea into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. He's had his moments in blue, Emerson, and at times had looked like a great player. But he's had a couple of unlucky injury spells, and never quite came back into the team, and wasn't favoured under Lampard towards the end. But he assisted the first goal in the Europa League final against Arsenal. Sent the cross in for Giroud for a legendary Chelsea moment. Scored that goal, like I said, against Atletico Madrid on the way to the Champions League final. So a couple of resolute performances along the way. I remember an equalising goal at Anfield in the Carabao Cup a few years back, before Eden Hazard scored a golazo. Here's Zaha lining up a shot. Some space now on the wide, but Ward falls down at the crucial moment, and Emerson Palmieri can watch the ball roll out for a Chelsea goal kick. And that pretty much sums up the day for Crystal Palace. Patrick Viera will have a lot of work to do, but there will still be some goodwill towards him, obviously, at the start of what they're hoping will be a very long journey, and will probably feature a lot of different faces along the way. Chalobah with a great pass there for Werner, but the goalkeeper Guaita just anticipates it and cuts it out before it can get to him. Jorginho just conceding a bit of a cynical foul there to stop the counter-attack. Be very much the priority now for Chelsea to hold on to the clean sheet. It's always a bit of a boost of confidence, the defenders and the goalkeeper, they pride themselves on keeping that clean sheet, and they'll be reminding their Chelsea midfielders and attackers that is of the most paramount importance now. Our next game is against Arsenal at the Emirates. Arsenal obviously didn't have the best of times last night, slumping to a really shocking defeat to Brentford. But they were missing a couple of crucial key players, so it remains to be seen what their final form will look like this season. I'd back us in that game though, but we have had a bad record against them recently, so we will need to be at our best. Hopefully it will be the debut of Romelu Lukaku as well, so that might give us a boost. Or a great first time volley there from Benteke, just trying to get a consolation goal for Palace, but it just drags wide. A 5th like on the video, so thank you so much to whoever's left that 5th like. Leave your name in the comment if it was you, and I'll give you a shout out for doing that for us. Havertz breezing his way past, but gives away a foul. Two minutes of extra time to be played. And now it's just a bit of some routine defending here for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel has started off with a win, and hopefully it's set the tone for a season where we will be hoping to challenge for the title. And based on my prediction, I've predicted us to win the league. Whether or not you think that's naive or not, because it's yet to be seen. But I think we're as good a bet as any. Daniel is right in the comments there. It was a good game. Has been a good game so far. A lot of defensive solidity on display, as well as a couple of really good goals. Chelsea have looked the better team throughout. Really, it's never really been in doubt. Is there one last chance for a fourth goal here? Chelsea coming forward. Palmieri, Mounts can't quite connect there. And a free kick goes Palace's way. They bomb it long, trying to do something at the last, but Chalobah deals with it incredibly well for a young man. You see Thomas Tuchel coming pretty much onto the pitch there to applaud Trevor Chalobah, so you know what he thinks about it. And that is the final whistle. Chelsea have defeated Crystal Palace 3-0. Thomas Tuchel beats Patrick Viera, and the Chelsea title charge is underway, we hope. The goal scoring was opened by Marcus Alonso with an excellent free kick. Then deep into the first half, Christian Pulisic made it 2 with a clever first-time finish, which came in off the bar. And then Trevor Chalobah incredibly scored one of the goals of the season on the opening day on his Chelsea debut at Stamford Bridge to secure the game. It ends 3-0. So thanks to everyone who's joined in so far. I can see that we've had pretty much 70 views for the stream as a whole, and I really, really appreciate that. As a growing channel, anyone that does tune in at all, it is noticed and it doesn't go unseen. I really appreciate it. If you do happen to come across this stream after, you just want to check out my reaction to the goals maybe, and I think my reaction to the Chalobah goal is definitely worth seeing. I'm definitely going to have to watch it back because I think I slipped a swear word in there. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, because I'm going to be doing a lot of streams. I'm just actually looking now at the games tomorrow. I'll definitely be streaming the Tottenham Man City game, so be sure to check in for that one, because that one should be very interesting indeed, especially with the ongoing Kane scenario. So great news for Chelsea fans. The first win of the season is under our belt, and we've only got things to look up to from here. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching the stream, and I'll see you then.